Hello, welcome to Story Hot Africa, based on a true African tale. A story of kindness, faith, and miracles.
In the glowing dawn of Laurun village, the earth itself seemed to breathe. Smoke rose from thatched huts, roosters called out for attention, and the scent of fresh millet filled the air. Beneath the grand baobab, Kwame, a slender man with hands like birth-forged tools, carved a wooden stool. His skill transformed logs of ebony and cedar into works of quiet beauty, shining birds, sunbursts, and swirling vines. People paused on their morning errands, admiring his creations. Some said, "He carves hope," others, "He carves pride." Though modest, Kwame believed in his work more than he believed in gold or silver. This belief had deep roots. He often said to himself, "A man's worth is measured by what he builds with his hands, not what lies in his pouch." Kwame tilled a small patch of okra and yams next to his workshop. Each seed planted felt like a word spoken into the wind, promising future harvest. By evening, he sat by a small brass lamp, dreaming of a life filled with purpose, creation, and dignity. To the east, Chief Udo's compound rose like a gilded fortress, of whitewashed walls, polished mahogany pillars, and golden kola nut baskets overflowing in courtyards. Inside lived Adama, the chief's daughter, tall, elegant, with skin smooth as river pebbles and eyes bright as the evening stars. Suitors from distant lands, traders, warriors, scholars came bearing gifts and promises, but none touched Adama's heart. Each evening she watched from her balcony as smoke curled from Kwame's workshop. She noticed his quiet confidence. He never bowed too low, yet he never stood too high. Their eyes met once in the market as she admired his carvings, a wooden bird so lifelike it seemed ready to fly. For a moment, the world held its breath. Inside the compound, anticipation buzzed. Who will win Adama's hand? But only one caught her soul. One radiant moonlit night, Adama stole out of her father's compound and made her way to Kwame's workshop. Lantern in hand, she found him sitting beneath the baobab, carving a delicate wooden dove. His face, lit by warm glow, reflected concentration and care. "Kwame," she whispered, her voice soft as the breeze. He looked up, startled, then smiled gently. "No guards. Just me," she said. "Then only Adama," he replied, his voice steady. They sat in silence. He showed her the carved dovia-etched feathers, almond-shaped ties. She gasped in wonder. "I dream of a world where such art stands in every home," he said softly. "I dream too," she replied. "But not of silk or gold. It is your courage I've fallen for." That confession sparked a bond deeper than any wealth could buy. By dawn, they swore their love beneath the baobab's ancient branches. The villagers whispered in awe, even as Chief Udo seethed in silent fury. Their wedding was humble, a broad band of elders, kola nut offerings, drummed blessings under open sky. Adama wore a hand-woven cloth, carrying a tiny carved bird as her dowry. They moved into a small mud brick hut with thatched roof. Inside, she learned to grind corn, fetch water, and sweep clay floors. He planted yams, carved stools, and sold them weekly at the market. At first, they thrived on simplicity. They shared stories under stars, sang to firecrackles, and dreamed together. Yet after months, Adama felt something stirring, a phantom longing for silk, cushioned chairs, grand feasts, and distant expanses. She saw villagers nod gratefully at Kwame, but she yearned for her own dignity to glow. She felt small in mud walls. One day, while Quaim polished a stool shaped like a lion, she approached him, voice trembling. "Quaim, will this ever be enough? Will this humble life heal my yearning?" He set aside his chisel. "Every seed needs time, Adama. We are planting. One day, harvest will come." She looked away. Unseen tears fell in the dirt. One humid afternoon, thunderclouds gathered. Quaim returned carrying a wooden box filled with carved mahogany beads, his gift for her. She glared at it and at him. "Another carved trinket?" she snapped. "Will this feed me, dress me in silk, give me honor?" He froze. "Yeah. You think carvings will fill the gaps? I traded wealth for love here, but it is not enough." He lowered the box. "Adama, I am building our future, a broken bar." "Future? Too late. Status left when I left my father's halls." A storm broke in her eyes. "Your gifts cannot match a daughter's longing." In her fury, she whispered, "Leave." He faltered, bag in hand, voice cracking, "May time heal a broken bar." With dignity and heartbreak, he walked away. The villagers watched, some wept, others shook heads. Adama closed the door with tears hidden in her chest. Hungry, bruised in spirit, Quaim wandered to Lagasu, a booming city of traders, spices, and foreign tongues. He found work as a workshop apprentice. He carved chairs shaped like hunting dogs, door frames echoing tribal dances. Customers praised his work, his confidence rebuilt. He learned numbers, trade, languages. He reinvested earnings in tools, houses, and apprentices. Within years, Quaim's treasures emerged a workshop renowned across regions. Elegant carved furniture filled palace halls and council venues. He hired assistants, shared profits, and paid for school books for village children. License came not just from wealth but from integrity. Traders called him the wise carver. Yet despite success, memories of Adama stirred within. He held no bitterness, only quiet sorrow that pride had eclipsed love. Back in Alaurun, drought and crop failures crippled Chief Udo's trade. Kola nuts rotted, debts mounted. Guests vanished from palaces, servants left. The compound sagged, walls cracked. Adama watched in grief as grandeur collapsed. Her silks faded, gold melted away, pride turned to dust. Rumors spread, the chief must sell his company or lose everything. In his council, voices urged swift sale. Adama's guilt blossomed as she remembered Quaim's words, "Seeds need time." Could he return? One early morning, a caravan arrived in dust and sun. Traders stood by polished wooden wagons, fabrics fluttered on strong young men. Leading them, stepping from a fine carriage but with no arrogance, was Quaim. Chief Udo's gate guard froze. The chief himself staggered forward. "Quaim? Is it a broken bar?" Quaim nodded. "Chief Udo, I am here to buy your company." Whispers rose. Adama rushed forward, sight of him brought tears. He looked at the chief, then to his daughter. "Because value lies not in what we own, but in what we can build together," he said simply. Chief Udo, voice trembling, nodded. Adama held his gaze apologetic and awed. Under the old baobab, wooden table set with ink and scrolls, the sale completed. Quaim took ownership of fields, trade, even the compound. Adama approached him, tears in her voice. "I forced you out," she said. "I was blinded by pride." Quaim placed the inkpot aside. "I forgive you. Pride misled both of us. Chief Udo, with trembling gratitude, embraced Gwame and his daughter. Villagers clapped, wept, cheered. Gwame spoke. Let this wealth serve our people, not our egos. Let us build schools, wells, roads. He turned to Adama. Will you walk with me as partner and not in gold, but in purpose? She smiled through tears. Yea, some more than ever. Under their feet, dust rose not as death, but as seeds of new life. Under the old baobab, wooden table set with ink and scrolls, the sale completed. Gwame took ownership of fields, trade, even the compound. Adama approached him, tears in her voice. I forced you out, she said. I was blinded by pride. Gwame placed the ink pot aside. I forgive you. Pride misled both of us. Chief Udo, with trembling gratitude, embraced Gwame and his daughter. Villagers clapped, wept, cheered. Gwame spoke. Let this wealth serve our people, not our egos. Let us build schools, wells, roads. He turned to Adama. Will you walk with me as partner and not in gold, but in purpose? She smiled through tears. Yea, some more than ever. Under their feet, dust rose not as death, but as seeds of new life.